Phin Nation? Welcome to the #1 podcast and show for the Miami Dolphins here at FAU. It's your boy Esteban Big Guapo Rodriguez.
I'm Alfredo, the leader of Tuno.
And it's still Ant for now.
All right, and just a disclaimer, y'all. I'm currently dressed right now because I got an interview right after the show. So if I seem like a little bit unprepared, thank you.
Everybody in the comments tell him he looks handsome.
But yeah, that's what's going on. Okay, so recap. The Dolphins played the Vikings last week. We were not expecting a win, and we were right. They did not win, but they were competitive throughout the game. I mean, they did way better than I thought they were gonna do.
Yeah, that Dolphins result saved my legacy because I finally got a prediction right for the first time since week 1. But yeah, it's the 4th week in a row that the Dolphins starting QB gets taken out of the game. But hopefully it's the last time we're gonna have to see this all season. Skyler did look good in the minutes that he played before he unfortunately came out with a hand injury. And Teddy, another rough outing for him. I think I saw a lot of conversation online about his money being a wasted contract and whether we should have stuck with Skyler as the backup QB. But yeah, it's a tough week in a row, tough 4th week for the Dolphins quarterbacks.
Yep. So this is the 3rd straight loss. Depressing to watch. Like you said, Teddy his numbers weren't bad, but you could tell with his play it wasn't up to par. 2 interceptions, they were both bad in my opinion. And like you said, Skyler was actually playing well before he got taken out. So it sucked to see. I was happy with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle getting the ball more, but still wasn't enough to beat the Vikings.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I was like, at this point, we're cursed. Because I was like, ain't no way that we're going to have our 3rd string get injured, right?
Yeah. Oh, my, yeah. When I saw the tweet that Skyler was headed to the locker room, I could not believe it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to lie, I lost confidence in the team after that. It's crazy to say that I felt more confident with Skyler under center, with our 3rd string quarterback, than Teddy. Because Teddy just looked bad again, man. He came in and he has terrible pocket awareness and presence, in my opinion. Isn't as mobile as he used to be, and he just isn't accurate. He's not as accurate as Skyler is. It's crazy to say that, but his stats made him look better than he really played. But yeah, it's another rough game for Teddy. The O-line didn't do him any favors either, though. They let him get the pressure get to him a lot. He was sacked 5 times, but it's not just an exclusive problem to Teddy. I mean, Skyler also got sacked once, and the pressure was on him a lot too. So.
All right, so it wasn't just the Dolphins offense, that was lacking. I mean, the Vikings offense didn't look as powerful as we thought. I mean, it was a mainly defensive game. It was just about a lot of back and forth, punts left and right. And yeah, the game just took a very slow time to progress.
That's the biggest positive from Sunday. The Dolphins defense kept them in the game the entire time because the entire second half we were struggling to move the ball and put drives together with Teddy, but the defense made it so that the Dolphins were still in it late. And despite how bad the offense was, they were still able to put together 2 drives in the 4th quarter at the end that were able to keep them in the game. And the Dolphins had a chance to tie the game and take the lead until the unfortunate Jalen Waddle fumble. And I still, despite that, Jalen Waddle still had a good game, but I saw a lot of people upset with Waddle for his performance. I want to say that's insane to me. He's still a top 10 receiver in the league this season. Him and Tyreek Hill have been the best duo in the league, and it's insane to me that people are kind of changed their minds on him just because of that one play. But the defense, other than that, looks great. Aside from Justin Jefferson being good and Dalvin Cook looking serviceable, they suffocated the Vikings.
Well, that was my biggest thing this week was the defense actually, out of 15 Viking possessions, they had 10 3-and-outs. You know how insane that is? So basically, they didn't allow them to get first downs on 10 separate occasions. And like you said, yeah, they really allowed the offense a chance to get back into this game, and the offense just didn't do anything with it. You said Dalvin Cook had a pretty good game. A lot of it came on that touchdown run towards the end of the game, but they kept him at bay. Justin Jefferson obviously had a good game, but I feel like they did more than enough for the Dolphins to win this game, especially at home. So it was pretty sad to see that the offense just couldn't back up their defense. Next week, hopefully with Tagovailoa back, we're going to have a better chance and win against the Steelers.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Right before the game, I think they posted on their Instagram, they said some key things that we need to do for this game is give us what the defense gives us. All right, take what the defense gives. And I looked at that and I was like, because I had I mean, they weren't doing that for the past 2 games. I'm like, all right, what are the odds that they're going to do it right now with the 3rd string quarterback? And then he got injured. I'm like, okay, it's It's
Yeah,
done.
It's done.
Skylar did look. I know we touched on it already, but Skylar impressed me a lot. His reads were great. He was throwing in at tight windows. He was throwing darts in the tight windows, especially, and he looked more comfortable than I've seen most rookie quarterbacks look. So I was really impressive. And also, last thing I want to say on the defense. I mean, on the offense, Mike Gesicki's gritty was definitely an improvement on week 3. But
long, bro.
But I really hate the fact that he does it when we're losing. I need him to
That's
stop.
what I was saying.
I need Mike Gesicki to stop doing all that dancing when we're losing.
As soon as he hit the gritty, I was like, "Hey, yo, there's no way, bro."
You
No
don't
chance.
always have Tua back there to throw 4 touchdowns in the 4th quarter to lead you on a comeback. So I hope that's the last time I see that from him.
No, yeah, he did say that there was gonna be a new dance. He's like, the NFL posted the gritty in there. He was like, "Thank you for acknowledging the improvement, whatever." But best believe that there will be a new dance coming up. So that's what I'm waiting to see.
But yeah, also speaking of dances, I hate the fact that this is the second team in a row to do the Waddle celebration.
Oh yeah, that's
And
disrespectful.
Oh my goodness! It's crazy to me the confidence that these teams have to troll Jalen Waddle like that when you have a 3rd and 2nd string quarterback throwing at him. And I hope every team keeps that same energy when they have Tua back starting this week, because it's ridiculous to me.
Yeah. And speaking of having Tua back this week, he's coming back to play the Steelers at home on prime time. And I think the Dolphins, when they have Tua, they do real well on prime time, despite the Bengals. But that was a whole different situation.
Yeah, I'm excited. Obviously, as you guys know, that's my guy. I've been waiting for him to get back for weeks now, and the offense looks entirely different. I think it's clear now that the gap between Tua and the other 2 quarterbacks is a lot wider than people initially anticipated. So I'm expecting the Dolphins to be firing, to look like the Dolphins that we saw the first 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, I can't be more excited for this game. Prime time, celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Dolphins' perfect season. It's going to be a huge game, sold out everywhere. I want to go so bad. I know you're going to Esteban, right?
Yeah, I'm going.
But no, this game is going to be super hype, bro. The Dolphins, they're on a 3-game losing streak after starting the year perfect. So this is a perfect game to get back on track, especially with Tua back. I think everyone's excited. The players are excited. The fans, everyone needs to be excited for this game because it's going to be big time.
I don't think anybody's more excited on the team other than Jalen Waddle. I know we've talked about him a lot, but Jalen seems to be Tua's #1 target in his first read every time. So he finally had a good game after being ignored for a couple weeks in a row with the other 2 quarterbacks. And I think now he's finally really going to step up and be the receiver that we saw towards the tail end of last year and the first 3 weeks of the season.
Yeah, and for the first 3 games of the season, we were able to be like, okay, the Steelers, they're a joke team, but we've lost to the Jets. We've barely come back from the Vikings, and the Steelers are coming off from a huge win against the Bucks. So, what's going on anymore?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, the Jets do look a lot more solid. I mean, they picked up another win this weekend, but like you said, we should never write off any team after what we've seen this season. The Steelers are coming into this game having lost Kenny Pickett in the last game due to a concussion in the 3rd quarter, and Mitchell Trubisky came in and actually played a really good game against the Buccaneers. So regardless of who starts, I think we need to respect whichever quarterback does it, because Kenny Pickett has been solid, and Mitchell Trubisky, despite a lot of people writing him off, looked really good. I think he completed like 9 of his 12 passes, and obviously extended their lead against the Buccaneers for their biggest win of the season. And their defense is facing a lot of injuries as well, but they're hoping to get a lot of those guys like Levi Wallace and Cam Sutton, Minkah Fitzpatrick as well, former Dolphin, might be back in the fold for the Steelers this weekend. So they're definitely something to watch out for.
Yeah, this is a big game because not only is Minkah coming back, but Brian Flores is on their coaching staff as well. So this just has a lot of storylines behind it. I think the Steelers are a decent team. They're very how do you say, gritty? Not gritty.
I know what you mean.
But they're a gritty team. Yeah, scrappy team that it's not going to look pretty, but they will get the job done. Like you said, Pickett, the rookie, he's dealing with the concussion. They said he would start if he's healthy, but Mitch Trubisky came in. They're both, in my opinion, kind of mid quarterbacks. If Tua's starting, which he's expected to, he's definitely miles above them, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see. The Dolphins need to play way better offensively to win this game because the Steelers' defense is, like you said, they're missing a lot of people, but they still have some big playmakers on that team, and they showed it against the Bucs.
And Tua is coming back, but at the same time, he hasn't been playing for the past, 3 games, really?
Yeah.
And he's coming back from an injury, from a concussion protocol. Everyone is expecting him to be at his 100%, but realistically, where are we at?
To be honest, I don't feel there's going to be much rust physically or mentally in terms of getting the passing game down and getting the offense back down. I mean, he's still been in practice every single week with the team. You know, he's only been a full participant this last week, but you know, he's still been in and around the team. This is his offense. You know, I expect him to be the one that's most comfortable with it. So I'm not gonna say I'm expecting like the Tua from the Ravens game, but I'm definitely expecting Tua to be the Tua that we know, you know, and have the offense firing. And he's gonna have a chip on his shoulder because he's gonna be playing against a former coach that a lot of people said was a big reason behind his lack of success in his first 2 seasons. And I'm definitely excited. And I just want to say, keep Brian Flores on the defense because I don't ever want to see that man head coach another offense again. That Dolphins offense the last 2 years was some Cold War ball. I don't ever want to see that again.
Yeah, for me, I just hope that they keep him healthy, man. Luckily for the Dolphins, T.J. Watt is injured and not playing because you do not want a guy like that rushing Tua after what he's been through so far this season. But still, the Steelers have some good players on that defensive front. You have to be careful. They've led the league in sacks the past 2 seasons, so you have to protect Tua no matter what. That's the main objective.
We might be getting Teron Armstead back, so that would be huge in terms of protecting Tua.
Okay, so we've gone over the last week's game. We've gone over this week's game and what we expect. Now it's time to get into the final predictions. Listen, y'all, I'm really gassed. I'm going to be coming off from a flight from New York, excited, all right? And then within those hours, I'm going to be watching Tua come back, all right? I'm going to this game with people that are going for the Steelers, all right? And I just want to see them eat their words. You know what I'm talking about? I am expecting a full-blown dub for this game, all right? I'm predicting the score. It's probably going to be as close as you said. All right, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm going to say 21-27 Dolphins.
Okay, I just picked up my second correct prediction of the season, so I'm feeling like I have the biggest brain out of the 3 of us here. So I'm going to say, I'm feeling very confident as well. I'm excited. So I'm going to say 27-19 Dolphins.
19?
Yeah.
All right. This is hard for me. Think I'm going to go Dolphins 24, Steelers 18.
All right. Well, there you guys have it. The predictions are in. Thank you guys so much for watching the #1 podcast and show for the Miami Dolphins. All right. It's been your boy, Big Guapo.
I'm the leader of Two and On.
And it's your boy, Ant.
All right. And we'll see you next week, guys. Thank you for watching. Take care.
Shout out Jason.